Sounds like there's an explanation that could have just been had almost window to window.
Hey, you
almost
guys,
window to window.
No, you guys came 3 strong on me. You fucking bullied me last time. You tricked the shit out of me. You know what it is. I forgave it and let it go until this point. You know what the fuck it is, bro. It costed me a fucking...
Is that the reason you didn't want to...
Yes. Yes.
On October 15th, 2025, officers in Colorado attempted a traffic stop on a tow truck with suspended registration plates. The driver fled, leading to a pursuit, a dual arrest, and 3 children left on the property.
Get out of the way!
Get involved!
What the fuck is he doing?
Get on the ground! No!
10-4. We're going to be at 93rd Street and 82nd Ave with the white pickup.
Hey, stop, Mo!
20 in a second. 10-4, the 17 looks like it has to be offender. Or looks like it might be fleeing from us for southbound. Alright, southbound on 82nd Avenue from 93rd Street. Eastbound now on 94th Street. He is now going south on 81st Court. Now southbound 81st Court. He might bail. I think that's where he lives right ahead.
The legal questions this footage raises extend well beyond the initial traffic violation. The stop was constitutionally sound from the first moment. Suspended plates are an observable equipment violation. Sufficient reasonable suspicion under Terry versus Ohio, 1968, to justify the lawful detention of any vehicle. When the driver chose to flee, that single decision triggered Illinois versus Wardlow, 2000, where the Supreme Court held that unprovoked flight from law enforcement constitutes additional reasonable suspicion. At that point, the encounter escalated from a civil infraction to an active criminal evasion under Colorado revised statutes. Section 42, 41409, eluding or fleeing a peace officer.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car, Mo! Get it! Back up! Back up! Stop it! Get out of the way!
Get involved.
Don't touch me.
You're not going to get involved.
Don't touch me! I have my grandkids inside.
Get out of the car!
Don't point a gun at him! Do not point a gun at him!
What the fuck is he doing?
Get on the ground! No!
I have my grandkids inside.
That's fine. You're in the way right now.
10-4.
No problem. No problem. On the ground. On the ground. Cameras are outside the road.
Crews requesting priority.
On the ground, brother. On the ground.
No! What are you doing to my husband? Stop!
Stop!
No! Touch me! I didn't touch you!
I'm going to throw you to the ground if you don't stop right now.
I didn't touch you! Stop!
931, give us the air.
I'm not touching you! Stop!
Hands behind your back.
I'm
Put your hands behind your
not
back.
touching you! I'm not touching you!
I got it. Hickory 931, you have any update?
10 Hickory, we got 2 detained.
Good. I'm looking over my car. Get
I
up.
have to get up. Yogi! Can I tell him to call their parents so I don't leave them unattended?
In a second. They're not attended. We're all here. Sit in.
Look what you're doing to my husband!
Sit inside.
When officers arrived at the residence and drew a sidearm, that decision falls under the framework of Graham versus Connor, 1989, the controlling standard for all use of force by law enforcement in the United States. Graham requires that force be evaluated from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, not with 20/20 hindsight. At this moment, officers are approaching a driver who fled a lawful stop, whose behavior remained unpredictable, and whose vehicle was a tow truck, a substantial instrument of force in itself. Drawing a sidearm under these circumstances falls within the objective reasonableness standard. The wife's arrest centers on Colorado Revised Statutes Section 18.8104, obstructing a peace officer. This statute does not criminalize verbal protest. It requires either a use or threat of physical force, or conduct creating a substantial risk of bodily injury to the officer or subject being arrested. Physical interposition placing one's body between armed officers and a resisting suspect satisfies the statutory threshold. Her presence near a drawn firearm during an active ground restraint created exactly the kind of substantial risk the statute is designed to address. It is worth noting, however, that the officer's verbal articulation, "She got in the middle," is legally thin on its own. For this charge to survive prosecutorial review, the probable cause documentation must detail specific physical acts, not generalized proximity. The difference between protected protest and criminal obstruction lives in that paperwork. A separate obligation arose the moment both adults were taken into custody: the welfare of 3 children on the property. Colorado child welfare standards impose an affirmative duty on officers to ensure children are not left without adequate supervision. Following a parental arrest, a 14-year-old is not a sufficient caregiver for a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. Officers coordinated family contact and remained on scene, satisfying that obligation. This is not optional procedure.
Are you okay back there? No. Well, I know you're not happy, but are you okay? Do you need medical attention? No. Okay.
He was gonna, but he didn't.
So you understand wherever we were, someone would see that and take it and choke it?
No, he didn't put his hands around my neck.
How did you take the chain?
The chain was at the bottom, and he like touched it, and then I said stop. Like my shirt, like at the bottom of my neck, I can't point to it, like where the Nike thing is, right here.
Right, but it's around your neck.
Yeah, but he didn't like snatch it or chug, like he did not touch me.
Taking it off.
Right, but he grabbed it, he didn't.
The way I would take it off, he was reach behind you and try to clasp it, right?
Yes, but he didn't like pull it, he didn't try to take it off, he grabbed the charm, he said I should take this, and then I said no, and he left me. I found him talking to a bitch on the phone, and I told him go back to Ohio where he's at. My name's Jonas. I am!
Shit, fuck it. I'm sorry you feel that way. Next time, don't run from the police. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
27 years. Yeah. Maryland. I was going to do that in shit. It's
I mean, unless you want Brian.
Walk to the back of this one. She's got some joints allegedly.
Alright, right there. Alright, we'll just walk back here. Where are they at? I'm sorry, in the front pocket? Okay, do you have any weapons or anything? Or just up in there so no one can see? Actually? Right. In the container?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go outside and smoke and then all this happened, so.
Okay. This is not even opened yet.
What is that, weed?
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
That's the only thing I do.
I'm going to put that somewhere. Where do you want it?
In my pocket?
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on.
He said we're just going to long form her? I don't...
Her?
Yeah.
Because she got in the middle, yeah. So you're under arrest for getting in the middle of all that.
Can
you can't do that.
I have a 1-year-old and 2-year-old grandkids
I know,
here.
but
Anyone?
That's my 14-year-old. He's the only one here. Can I call their parents? He does not know how to change diapers or anything.
We'll work through that. Have a seat.
Here, go ahead. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Where's your phone at right now?
It's in the house because I seen the police and I just ran out. I didn't
Here,
know.
let me see that one.
I don't have anything else.
All right, John, do you want me to hold off?
Jennifer is clear valid on her town. Active void, active field.
Oh boy. I'll close this. Hey, Sarge. You see the window? Oh. Oh. All right. Where'd he go?
Let him know.
10?
Let me let him know.
Where'd he go?
At least. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to talk to him. I told him to shut the fucking door.
He's gonna be cussing his ass out.
Where did 10 go?
Huh?
Where did 910 go? Oh, he's in the car? Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Looks like your son's being pulled. I think he's
John's calling family to come take care of the younger kids because there's a 14-year-old here.
I've never met you, which is usually a good thing. If we've never seen you before, then it's usually a good thing.
I've never been a domestic. It sounds like there's an explanation that could have just been had almost window to window.
Hey, you guys,
almost window to window.
No, you guys came 3 strong on me. You fucking bullied me last time. You tricked the shit out of me. You know what it is. I forgave it and let it go until this point. You know what the fuck it is, bro. It costed me a
Is
fucking...
that the reason you didn't want to?
Yes. Yes. I swear to God.
It's locked. Here, I got a key.
Was the other girl with you?
What other girl? There was no other girl.
Apparently 2 white girls and one was carrying a baby.
That was my son. That's not a girl. Look, he's not even wearing a shirt. We were walking from the park because he went to go fly his plane.
Were you guys coming from that way?
No, that way.
So you were coming from that way, coming up this way?
Yes.
Sounds like my lieutenant's just gonna do what they do, like a sight release. Walk over.
The arresting officers receive a B. The stop was lawful. The pursuit was handled with continuous radio protocol. Force levels were proportionate to active physical resistance. Ground restraint and handcuffing represent soft, empty hand control, the appropriate tier under the use of force continuum. The minor welfare response and the post-arrest medical check reflect professional competence. One deduction applies. The firearm was drawn in close proximity to the wife who had positioned herself nearby, creating a potential crossfire exposure that better tactical positioning could have avoided. The driver receives a D. He was stopped for a lawful observable infraction. His decision to flee converted a minor administrative matter into 3 criminal charges: driving under restraint under Colorado revised statutes. Section 42-2138, fleeing an officer under Section 42-41409, and resisting arrest under Section 18-8103. He placed his wife in legal jeopardy, created a dangerous pursuit through residential streets, and left 3 children without adult supervision. His post-arrest admission that prior grievances motivated his flight carries no legal weight as a defense to any of these charges. The wife receives a C+. Her physical intervention placed her within the reach of a drawn firearm during an active ground restraint, a choice that generated her own criminal charge and complicated the tactical situation for every officer on scene. Her subsequent conduct, cooperating with officers, coordinating child welfare declining to escalate, earns partial credit. The charge itself sits at the legal margin, which is likely why she was released at the scene. But marginal charges still carry arrest records. The lesson from this footage is structural, not emotional. A suspended plates infraction carries a fine and a court date. The decision to flee multiplied that into 3 felony-adjacent charges: a spouse's arrest and a dangerous pursuit through a neighborhood where children were present. Every subsequent legal problem in this footage was downstream of that one decision. For bystanders and family members, physical intervention during an active arrest does not protect the person being arrested. It exposes the intervening party to independent criminal liability, while simultaneously increasing the risk of serious injury to everyone present. The legal remedy for an unlawful arrest is the courtroom, not the driveway. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on police court interactions.